Hey, Lou.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. What's up?
It's the 21st of September.
Do you remember?
Yes.
21st of September.
Have you seen that guy's videos?
No, I haven't. Sounds funny. But you know
I don't
what?
know if they're supposed to be funny. I mean, they are funny because they're charming, but I don't think they're not like, you're not going to laugh. You're just going to get like a joyous smile and feel a little warm.
Well, I have that with our mid kid. He does it to me except he starts in like July and goes with it until it's the 21st of September. And then he stops doing it for the rest of the year.
He does do you remember?
Yeah. He sings and does a little dance. He's great.
Interesting. I wonder if he's seen the videos.
He probably has, sure.
How are you doing? I'm
fine. Today was grocery day.
Gross.
Yeah.
You mean grocery day?
Yeah, it was grocery day.
Look, I'm really happy that we have the privilege to be able to afford groceries and not have to really worry about that too much anymore.
Yeah.
Like we did back in the day. But it's a stressful day.
It's a stressful thing.
And it's only become more stressful with COVID, right? Like,
yeah. The whole pandemic thing is making
even before the pandemic, it was like, oh, too much anxiety. I don't like this.
Yeah. It was never a good time for me as a kid. Yeah. It was never a good time for me as a teenager. It wasn't a good time for me as an adult. And now with my own, no, it's just not.
Yeah. When we first started out, we didn't have a ton of money, right?
Yeah.
And so like groceries and just
you had to be
paying bills and putting food on the table was stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like as a kid, they made it a thing where we all had to go and it was just boring as all F.
Yeah.
And then as a teenager, he picked one of us to add it up, like to be their human calculator.
That's a
and if you were wrong, if you were off by more than $1, he would be upset. And like,
what a shit job.
I hated when it was my turn. And so just going to I'm already stressed. I'm already sweating. And then you have to come in contact with other people and their problems and their things that they're bringing to the store. And then you add a mask or whatever. But now I pick up groceries, right? The curbside, whatever you want to call it, order them and go pick them up.
We're very fortunate to have that service.
Yes. Thank you for that service. I tip very well. But at the same time, I'm still sweating. I'm still wearing a mask. I'm still...
Yeah, it's
and
just
then
anxious,
today
right?
it was just pouring.
Oh, it was raining really bad today. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just like, okay.
It rains here a lot in Memphis. We've lived in the Pacific Northwest in 4 different places.
Yeah, but
Idaho, Seattle, Portland, and then Northern California. And you also lived in Eugene for a while.
As a kid, yeah.
And rainy. It's rainy there, right? In all those places. But here it rains, I think, more.
It's a different kind of rain.
It is different. Yeah.
It's more like a drippy drip drip drizzle or a sprinkle or a mist even.
Yeah.
But here it's just like the sky just opens up and then like someone flushes a giant toilet. It's like whoa, for like 15 minutes and then it'll go away and then the sun will come out and birds are. I'm like, what in the fuck just happened?
Yeah, it's weird. We get a lot of rain here though.
Yeah. And I'm driving the tiny little Prius, thankfully has good tires, but other people also, I was not prepared as to where the wipers were in your tiny little car.
Oh, was today the first day you drove the Prius in the rain? That's why you were frustrated. I'm sorry. I should have told you.
It's all right. I figured it out. But while some God was opening up was flushing the toilet, I'm like, oh, now's not a good time to learn where the wipers are. And nobody else knows how to drive in this.
Yeah.
Either.
It's always
I'm
a
home
weird,
and I'm alive. That's all I care about now at this point.
I'm thankful for that. It's always weird when you get into a new car and then you have to find things like the wipers or the gas release thing or like the blinker. Because it's different. Every car, there's no like...
Every car is different.
I mean, there's some standardization, right? It's going to be somewhere around that steering wheel.
Yeah.
But where and what do you turn it and how do you twist it? Like, what are all the different ways?
I found the rear window wiper. I found the wiper fluid.
Nice.
I found that real quick, but it took me a minute to go,
Yeah.
it's like the turn signal, but on the other side of the, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let me ask you a question on just one more on the Prius. Driving in the rain, I found that it feels like it hugs the road a bit better.
It's so much better than town and country.
Yeah.
So much better.
Do you think that that's because it's more low profile? Because the town and country had really good all weather tires on it too.
Yeah, probably.
I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's low profile. I feel like it handles better than most of the other cars I've driven.
Yeah, it does that too. The only thing is that I kind of feel like a big old clown when I'm driving it because my knees are up. You know, I can rest my elbow on my knee and then rest my head on my fist and still drive quite comfortably. And I don't think you should be able to do that.
I can't
just
do
safety
that.
regulations and all.
You have really long legs though.
And really long arms and that's not a good combination. You know? And so I'm always thinking when I get out, I shouldn't have worn these stripy pants because when I get out of the car, I'm going to look funny.
Well, you asked me the other day, like, if my arms fell to a certain spot on my legs because you felt like maybe your arms were too long.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about it afterwards and I just remembered, do you think that because you had the spinal fusion surgery at a young age before you were fully grown, do you think that your limbs just continued to grow to the length that they'd always meant to be, but because your torso got kind of fused, it couldn't grow anymore? And so then you have a short torso, not because you should naturally have a short torso, but just because you were probably supposed to be like 6'4"?
You know, at this point, anything could have happened.
Yeah.
And it probably did because it's me. And of course,
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case because I don't want to be 6'4".
Now, look, I'm not saying to you that I think that it looks wrong or awkward and that you look like your arms are too long or your legs are too long. I'm just saying, you know, you pointed that out and then I was like, oh, maybe that's what happened is like, it's just, unless you like point it out, it's not noticeable at all. It's inches, if anything, right? Mm-hmm. But it is curious. I wonder if like the fusion did that.
Yeah. And on my side of things, every inch counts. You can feel every inch when you're like a giraffe on roller skates most of your life and people go, whoa, you're tall. And you go, thanks, obvious.
Did people ask you
all the time? Hey, are you trying out for basketball this year? We need you on the volleyball team. Hey, can you spike? No, just leave me alone. I'm just trying to like survive algebra, man. Okay, go away with your sports ball business.
For me, it depends on my mood. Like if sometimes it's fun to be like, I'm a professional wrestler. Can I just have a chair with no arms? And not having anybody even doubt that for a second.
Yeah.
But then other times it's like annoying, right? I'm just at the grocery store and I just want to shop. I don't want to answer the 4'11" or
4'11".
4'11" grandma's questions about whether I played basketball.
Yeah. Do you need something off the shelf?
Yeah.
I'll help you with that.
I'll get you anything
all
off
day
the
long.
shelf you want, but don't ask me personal questions about my sports ball history.
Right. All day long, I will get bags of sugar on the very lowest shelf for you because you're bad back, or from the very highest shelf, whatever you need, ma'am. Yeah. But I am not going to, hey, did you play basketball? No, shut it.
I do like it though when somebody who only comes up to like my waist at a store is in front of me and they sense me and they
Because
turn
the sun has darkened.
they turn, see my belly, and then do like a double take and look up at the same time, like out of the corner of their eye, like what in the hell? And
It
then
is
they move
so uncomfortable.
They move one single step forward.
Like, that's going to be enough.
I'm like, I'm the least of your worries,
Yeah.
ma'am. I just want to get my groceries and go home.
Yeah.
I might cry
Yeah.
while I'm here. So don't worry about me.
It's always been a concern for me because I am female. I was always thinking, well, there's no way in hell that I'm going to find a dude that's my height or higher in this little town.
Can I find somebody my height or higher, please?
It just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, good, because I don't like you either then. And then you show up. I'm like, okay, well, let's see. We're going to have giant babies.
But you didn't have anybody in your high school that was 6'6" or taller?
Not that I liked.
But they existed. There was tall people in your high school, right?
I don't know. Maybe. But they were all the sports ball dudes. Or they were,
Like I knew some of the people
oddities.
you went to school with because my sisters were in that school too. But I don't recall
Yeah.
meeting anyone the same height as me or even close.
Yeah, I was not into most dudes.
Yeah.
Like, just no.
Well, the reason I'm curious is because in my high school, there was at least 4 of us that were.
I had the choice of 4.
Well, no, but I'm saying there was, several of us that were very tall
Yeah.
people.
This is
But
weird.
I don't remember in your class or the 2 classes around there being anybody that tall.
No, not in that little town. There's no way. There's no way they were making,
We should say I'm 6'7" for folks who are listening who don't know.
there was no way that, I was the freaky one. I was always the tallest girl in school. Always.
Yeah.
Until maybe high school. And then there was a couple that were maybe taller than me, but they played sports ball. So
But you are also not even that tall for, right? You're 5'11". That's not.
yeah, but still, I
guess that's tall.
still tall for a girl
For a
in
lady, yeah.
nowhere, Arizona. Maybe that's not tall in New York where there's lots more people to choose from.
Well, it's not tall in Hendersonville.
Well,
If you go to the Publix, if you shop at the Publix.
okay, you have a weird thing, but fine, sure. There was a couple of ladies that were taller than me there.
No, they were taller than me. They were taller than me.
Yeah,
It wasn't
okay.
that they were taller than you. I didn't go, oh,
Here's-
look, a 6-foot woman. Interesting. I was like, holy shit. I'm going to go stand by that lady to see if I'm as tall as her.
Because if there's ever a moment where you could just be, I'm not the only freak around.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to feel that way. Like I don't know, I'm still tall. I'm too tall,
You're not too tall.
but I don't think it's freaky anymore.
Okay, well, good.
No.
But I still, if I'm not around
You
you,
feel
guys,
freaky.
yeah. When I
Yeah.
go out into the wild, I feel very freakish.
Right.
But when I'm at home, I'm the second shortest.
Yeah,
Like-
you are small.
All of you guys are taller than me now, so now it's just me and the little lady.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this feels really great. But at the same time, I know that
Maybe she'll be 6 foot and then you will literally be the smallest in the family.
Yeah,
You'll be the
that-
runt.
that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because, then I made my own little non-sports ball team.
Oh no. Is runt of the litter is that a bad term?
As far as animals are concerned, yes.
No, but I mean, is it
I don't
like
I don't think so. It's an animal thing.
I just said it and then I was like, God, that sounds a lot like the C word. Maybe it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, did you want to get into this topic? Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, that was pretty much it's pretty much been my attitude lately.
Do you feel like you're having the longer the pandemic goes, do you feel like the shorter your fuse is? And
Well, I've always had a pretty short fuse. I mean, most people, anger me. with something.
Right. Yeah. Yes, your temperament is
Not
shallow.
good.
Shallow. But
Not good.
but do you feel like it's getting worse the longer the pandemic goes on, or do you feel like it's just the same?
Man, I don't know. I've always been kind of jaded towards people in general anyways.
Yeah.
I always assume the worst going into a situation or going into a new friendship or meeting new people, period. I always go, this is gonna happen. This is not gonna be good. I'm gonna ruin this quick. So no, it really hasn't changed. People are gargling iodine. It's just it's just a regular Tuesday for me, dude.
Right.
I mean, but it's been a long week.
I asked because like I feel like my patience level and tolerance level has decreased.
Yours is different. You have always been like a people advocate for even the dumbest things. You can go, well, it's maybe they're just having blah, 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 or maybe they're going through, you never know what they're going through. But now you're just like, get this shit. You've become a little bit more
I'm
like,
a little more cynical. Yeah.
you're like, I don't know what the hell's happening. And I go, I told you.
Well, it's hard when you spend your whole life hoping the best, and then people just start saying, "Oh no, yeah, we really are racist, and we really are pieces of shit."
Yeah, I mean, I would tell you things, even just 5 years ago, I'd tell you things. You go, no, that can't, no. Look, they're not sitting in a room, coming up with these things to be cruel and mean. They can't be really doing that on purpose. Come on, you're just being pessimistic. But now you're just like, guess what they're doing now? It's all going to hell. I'm like, going? It's been in hell, fella.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
People are just like, I think for the most part, people are really starting to like open their eyes about things and other people. But for some of us, we've seen it all along.
Right.
All along.
Yeah.
We've seen how cruel people can be and how awful they can be. And we've heard rumors about dumb stuff forever. Yeah. But people go, no, they can't be really doing that. They are.
Yeah. It's just, I think a lot of us just were trying to hold out hope.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. I don't, do you feel like I've gotten worse?
No,
okay.
I don't.
All right.
That's why I was asking how you feel about it.
All right.
I feel like you're pretty much just exactly the same in terms of temperament. But I've noticed in myself that my and some of that might just be getting older too. Like I know that as you get older, you become naturally more cynical.
Yeah, but you're not in the same ways.
Yeah.
Not like even new music or new actresses and singers and songwriters and stuff like that. You're not cynical about that kind of thing. And that's what most old people get. They go, I don't understand this music these kids are listening
I see what
to.
You're saying, yeah.
You're not that. You're like, listen to this. Or you talk shop with the boys all the time about certain things.
Or accidentally go viral because I hashtagged Olivia Rodrigo and stood up for her.
Yeah. Or that. So you're not being like an old fuddy-duddy for the things that the average old person gets all crazy about. You're like, can you believe this?
I was
That's the funny part.
On that note, I was telling my boss about how I was worried about aging out of the industry, because I'm 47, and for some reason I have it in my mind that as soon as I turn 50, people are going to be like, get him out of here. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, you don't act 47. And he's like, but in a good way.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I don't feel 47. Like I don't, I'm too immature for that.
Very, I think.
I do fucking toilet humor jokes on TikTok. I'm not 47 mentally, but I look 47, and so people look at me and they go, that's an old guy. They don't look at me and go, oh, that guy's a hip young youth. They go that.
Okay, but once you open your mouth or once you read your writing or, once they even talk to you for like 5 minutes, you are not that person.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's fair.
I've always been a shithead. I've always been, this is going to be awful really quickly.
Yeah.
Or I can see that person is a total snake and I'm not playing this game.
Fuck that person.
Yeah. I just.
fuck that person, fuck that person, fuck that person. We haven't even got out of the car yet.
Yeah, but I'm like, you mark my words, dude. Fuck that. Fuck this whole situation. This is fucked. And you're just like, can you stop being so negative?
Content warning.
Sorry, but it's true though, dude.
There will be swearing.
There will always be swearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be 80 and I'll be just like, fuck this. This fucking sucks.
All right. Okay, let's get into this topic.
All right, fuck this.
You ready for this topic, dude?
Yeah.
Hey, my guy. All right.
What's up?
Here's what I want to know. Mm-hmm. How would your life look or be if we'd never met?
Oh boy. Yikes. What the heck?
I know that's a tough one because it's hard to imagine at this point, 20, almost 5 years in.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine if instead of moving to Arizona and picking the perfect day to quit my job at McDonald's and the perfect day to apply for a new job at KFC, like there's so many things that could have changed, just minor things,
Yeah.
right? The manager at McDonald's that I'd quit because of never comes to that McDonald's to work there, then we never meet.
Yeah. So
My first wife doesn't cheat on me, 35 dudes in town.
oh my God.
I never
Ouch.
moved to Arizona. We never meet. Right.
Yeah.
So there's so many like little things, little branching realities that
Which is a mind fuck anyways.
doesn't that fucking blow your mind?
Yes.
That's like a 1 in a million chance that we even meet.
And Liam brings this up to me all the time. He goes, in another reality, you would have done. I'm like, just stop it. Because it can go in an infinite amount of ways, right? Infinite.
That kind of helps me a little bit with regrets because I think, well, I did do that somewhere in some universe.
Yeah. But I don't know what it is, but that's not a comfort for me.
It's not a comfort that there is a billion other possibilities for you.
No.
Yeah.
Because
It shouldn't be a comfort
because
to me either.
I'm feeling this one, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to survive this one.
Right.
So I mean, what does my life look like, or what would it be without you? In 2 weeks, we will have been together as you and me for 25 years.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is 2 weeks. Jesus.
I mean,
September.
goes really quickly.
Green Day was full of shit, man.
I know. Wake me up when September ends. Hello, it's almost over.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because some relationships don't last that long. And I understand that. And I do I respect anyone who goes into a relationship thinking, this is going to be forever.
Yeah.
But you want to skip a few and then all of a sudden it's 25 years. Right? So
God, 25 years.
and so and then I have like depression, disappearance of memory. So there are things that I just have either blocked out or don't remember or whatever, just because it was a time of struggling. But we've been through some crazy things. We've been through really desperate things and really difficult things and really sad things and really happy things and great things and
Life.
And I don't know, like,
We've lived life together.
yeah. And then, heaven and all the gods combined forbid we're all of a sudden not together. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about that because
You don't even do this thought experiment?
well, here's the thing is that I met you at the perfect time. I mean, it was a crappy time, but it was the perfect time for me and for us, I think, overall, because
Yeah, if we met a year later, maybe this doesn't happen.
I would not have survived. I just wouldn't be here. Like you have saved, and I know this is going to sound stupid, and everyone, please roll your eyes with me, but you have saved my life so many times, and in such huge ways that there's no way I would be who I am and what I am. Like, I mean, I want to sit here and be all tough and be like,
fuck you, dude.
you know, I've got tattoos. I could do without this dude, but I just no. It's not even about you being a guy and I'm a girl and but it's about you're my like
ride and or die
best friend. Yeah, the only person I can vent to, the only person that knows a lot. You know, maybe not everything, but knows damn near everything about me and still chooses me. That's nuts. That's just nuts right off the bat, you know?
So maybe you're not all bad like you think you are.
I'm totally bad. Don't even, this is, you know, this doesn't just exist beautifully. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. But you see that, and that's insanity. I just don't know. I don't know.
So you're saying that I'm clinically insane.
You know, in a perfect whatever world, fine. I'd be, you know, tough and have a bunch of dogs and live by myself and be whatever in the woods, right? I just don't. I could say that, but I don't know that I would have. I don't know if I'd be tough enough and
here's how I picture
want to like push through all that. I would have just given up. There would have been nothing to look forward to.
That's what you say, but maybe you would have met another person that makes you feel the way that I do.
Bullshit. No way.
Do you want to hear what I think? Like,
yeah, I want to hear what would your life be like?
No, what your life would be like.
Oh my gosh, you don't know that. You really don't.
But it's a guess.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Short sleeve muscle shirt.
Okay. See, now we're just getting.
You got some sort of like 4-wheel drive, like a Jeep or a Bronco that has no roof on it.
See, this is best case scenario without you.
Does it matter?
It's bullshit.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does.
You are zoological biologist, and you're just traveling the fucking planet Earth, right? Just trying to. Is it? I don't even know if that's a real job, but it doesn't matter. It's the job you have.
Nice. Sounds great.
Right? And your job is to like document and photograph shit.
For National Geographic? Because that was the plan.
Absolutely.
That was the dream.
But you also have a sawed-off shotgun that you keep with you at all times, filled chock full of rock salt. Because you don't want to kill nobody, but you do want them to back the fuck off of you.
Yeah, I want to pump them so full of rock salt that they'll be shitting margaritas.
Yeah, you were tattooed. You were tattooed from the top of your shoulder down to your fingertips.
See, it's not pretty.
You got 2 badass dog pit bulls with you. You're their pack leader, though. They are completely subservient to you, but they protect you with their lives. And most of the time, you know, you've got like the dirt of the open road in your hair and you don't even fucking care. You're just a goddamn badass.
Yeah, well.
You use takeout chopsticks to put your hair up in a bun.
That's really cute. I don't know why, but that gives me goosies. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably not, though.
No, maybe not. But it's fun to like.
Most likely
the whole thought experiment is for you to like, I wonder what I could do if it was just me.
I don't know. I don't even want to think about
that. But you're like,
that.
if it was just me, I would have died.
Well, come on.
I can't really imagine it either. I don't think I'd be in this industry that I'm in as a designer, because I feel like almost all of my ambition and my motivation to do better
Yes.
with my life
Say
is
it.
because of you and the kids.
Yes. Okay, so my biggest cheerleader is you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be, a good mom or even a mom at all. Like
Right.
if it's not you, it
Right.
doesn't look good, right?
Yeah, and considering what happened before I met you is that I had a relationship that crashed and burned into the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I went from being like a total straight edge kid to smoking weed all the time
Mm-hmm. And not really like
with a broken marriage and a broken heart and
giving
not
an F about any of it.
not understanding where I was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Had I not met you when I met you,
Yeah.
I would probably still be some variation of that burnout, cynical asshole,
Yeah.
because you really did take my charred heart and fix it in some ways. There's still scabs and scars on it, but you've really turned my life around, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the words to it because that's exactly kind of how I feel is that, how could I have done anything in the last 25 years that I have done without you, like, rooting me on and supporting me and being like, it's going to be okay. Like,
And
I
that's
don't
the
know,
thing,
because
right?
I
It's
didn't
like-
have anyone. I don't have a village at all.
Right. But that's the thing too, is like, even when we have a fight or we're mad at each other or irritated
being
or
a total
frustrated,
dope.
or one of us is being a total dope,
Mostly you.
the other one knows that at the end of the day, that other person has your back
Yeah.
all the way,
Yes. Yeah.
that's tough, man. That is hard to find.
I agree. And I feel terrible for couples who don't quite make that,
Yeah.
or I don't know, just that feeling of that your whole life has been, problematic or hard or difficult. And thankfully I have you. But if I didn't, that would just,
I mean, I don't want to mislead anyone. We've had rough patches.
yeah.
Right? Like when we first moved to Tennessee and I was working at that agency, we, were having a hard time, right? I was gone all of the time working at a job.
Yeah.
And you were home with 3 kids. And I'd get home and I was tired, or I would like want to support a coworker and go, go to their music show or whatever. And we were having a rough patch, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't even know, I quit that job. Is probably what happened, right? I started working from home again, and we started to repair that
Yeah. I just don't think we
Peace.
do good
apart.
when
We
we're
don't.
not together,
We don't.
because
And I know that probably doesn't sound super healthy to a lot of people, but I don't want to be away from you.
no. And yeah, I don't feel comfortable saying, I'm not my best when you're at work, but there's a dynamic to it that I just don't do well.
Yeah, it's not that I'm here holding your hand, but knowing that I'm just upstairs and if you need me, as opposed to 2 hours across town.
Right. And there's nothing you can do.
Right.
Like, reading your words over text message is not the same as, you coming downstairs for water and then just, saying hi to me, or we do teasy little jokes, or
Yeah.
I vent about something or you vent about something. And then we,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. It's very, very different.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful that I have that. I really am.
Me too.
And
I
I'm
can't
not
go back to
being-
working in an office.
I'm not trying to be dramatic about it at all. And I'm very grateful and I'm very respectful of the fact that every year that we have together is a blessing. And I'm so very thankful. But there is a point where, it's almost rude to say it out loud sometimes, because I do have so much, and I just don't want anyone outside of us or even us to take that for granted.
I don't take it for granted.
because I do have a lot and I asked for it all, and I'm,
Well, we earned what we have
well, yes.
through
and
hard work and dedication.
And I have
but
fought.
it doesn't mean that it was,
No,
not,
no. But I've fought for every single,
yeah.
thing. I've fought to,
Yeah, we're not Jeff Bezos.
No, and
Right?
I know.
We're nowhere near that, but we're also not those kids that we were on 239 either.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say exactly. I'm not trying to be dramatic when I say that. I don't know. I don't even want to. That makes me uncomfortable to even think about who I would be without you.
Yeah.
Because I'm stronger with you. I'm funnier. I'm better. I'm less shitty with you. And I'm pretty shitty.
No,
So
you're not shitty.
I am.
I agree, though.
On
I
a
feel
scale
the
of
same
like,
way. Okay, here we go.
on a scale of like, I don't know. Let's see. On a scale of like a dirt bag to like, she's the best person to hang out with.
Yeah.
I'm pretty shitty. Like it's like almost too shitty. It's like, yeah, she's shitty, but she's
She's
kind of
shitty,
nice.
but we love her.
Yeah, she's shitty, but she's kind of nice. Or it's just like, she's very shitty.
Have you met Lou? Oh, yes. She is shitty, but oh, God, I love her. I love how shitty she is.
She
really.
bakes good bread, though.
She does make good bread. I ate a whole loaf of
But
it
she's
driving
super
to it.
shitty to be around.
But she's very shitty. I don't want to be around her. I'll get bread from her, but nothing else. Shitty.
I don't know.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
You know what I mean.
I do. And I agree with you. I think that I am better. I think that you, it's cliche, right? Like, you make me a better man, but you do make me a better person from your influence, right? Because you have an enormous amount of influence over my life, right? Not control, but influence, right?
Yeah.
I trust you. You're my confidant, right?
Yeah.
If you had a party, you would see that the biggest gift would be from me. And the tag attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Wow, that should be a song.
It should be. But it's true. I really feel like I'm better with you than without you, but not in a clingy way. We give each other space. If you need space, I leave you the fuck alone. Yeah. Sometimes I'll be like, okay. We talked about this earlier. I'm 47, but I'm 15.
Yeah.
Tops.
I mean, those rainbow shoelaces says it all.
Yeah. Boom. 15 tops when it comes to like maturity level. Right. So sometimes I just run in place and then tackle you. Right. Like,
but see, here's the dynamic. I was born 40. I've been a 40-year-old woman my whole life.
oh, shit.
And I'm just like, all right, knock it the fuck off and let's get down to business here.
Yeah.
We need a savings account and we need another car. You know what I mean? It's like I've always had like,
Yeah.
I know what the fuck we need to do. I just don't have the execution of it.
Right.
And you have the execution, you have the know-how to get that shit done,
Right.
but you're just like, we should do this. I'm like, no, hang on. We need to do this first, right?
I think we
Don't
should
you
have
think-
cake for breakfast.
You're like, fuck, no.
And you're like, we'll have cake later, but right now let's just have some oatmeal.
Okay, buddy, is that all right?
No, this is painting the wrong picture. But
No, it's not. It's a great picture.
okay. I am childlike in my mental, what is it like? I don't want to do stuff that adults do.
No, I fucking hate adulting.
I just want to play
Yeah.
all the time. Also, I learned recently, and Ethan Hawke backs me up on this, you have to build play into your adult life, because if you don't, you'll forget how to do it. Right. And I think that's part of this board game thing for me. And this is why this hobby, out of all the other hobbies I've ever had other than web design, has stuck so hard. Mm-hmm. It's because it gives me an opportunity to play.
Yeah.
And to just kind of be a kid without having to feel immature or like I'm not doing my responsibilities.
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't know, I wasn't a very good kid, and I wasn't given that space to be a kid.
Do you think that's why you don't like games as much?
No, it's not about that.
Because they make you feel stupid because you feel like a kid again and you didn't like being a kid.
I don't know if it's the kid again.
I did it again.
No.
Armchair psychology.
Stop it. I don't think it's the kid part. I think it's just I feel too stupid for this, right?
Yeah, I know. I get it.
It's not the kid thing for the games.
Things that make people feel dumb is not I like that feeling, but most people don't like that feeling.
It's uncomfortable because it's not a very good survival thing, right?
Right.
And I want to survive. Like, that's the thing that I'm trying to accomplish, is surviving. So if I'm too dumb, then fuck this, right?
So you know how like a survival, we talked about this before, like part of survival is competitiveness. Mm-hmm. Do you think, and I just thought of this just now, so it's not fully formed, but do you think that my competitiveness comes out when I feel dumb and not like, oh, I need to win this game, but I need to figure this game out? And the competitiveness isn't against the other players, but against myself for feeling dumb. Because I've noticed that if a game makes me feel dumb, I like it and I want to play it more. But if a game makes me feel like it was too easy, then I'm like, oh, whatever. And I don't really care to play it more.
Right. But okay, that is a fucking smart people thing, though.
Smart privilege.
You don't want something that's going to, oh, I did that. I overpowered that. No problem.
Yeah.
You want a challenge. You want something that you can't figure out.
But do you think
you're
that's
a smart person?
But do you think that's where my competitiveness is?
Most likely, yes. That makes a lot of sense.
Because I've been trying to figure that out ever since you said like competitiveness is like a survival thing. Well, why am I alive then if I don't consider myself competitive, but I must be competitive in some form.
In the intellectual.
With myself.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because, every version of your website has to be smarter, has to be better, has to be less lines, has to be, you know what I mean?
Less lines of code, yeah.
How many times have I heard that in the last
20 years?
40 decades.
40. Oh my God. Yeah, in the last 20 years.
I just got to find a hobby that's not wiping butts.
Every single time I say that, I go,
yeah.
And I was able to do the whole light box in 6 lines of code this time. And then you go, fuck, who cares what a light box is? Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that makes total sense to me. Okay, so the bottom line is we both really don't feel like we have notable lives without the other. Is that fair?
Yes, because
we would have lives. You feel like maybe you wouldn't, but I know I would. I would just be like kind of like a shithead.
I was so done though, dude. I was so done with things.
So you were on your way out when we met.
That's how I felt at the time, very much so.
And then I kind of prevented that. Did you think, oh, hold on?
It gave me hope.
Yeah.
That someone could like me for me and laugh at my funniness and hold my hand and like want to be a part of who I was and wanted to know what I thought of things and listened for the answer.
Well,
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
My whole entire life, I didn't have that. So that gave me a glimmer of hope. Now, did I like buy into the whole thing? No, because I'm still cynical and I'm still not trusting of everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it still gives me some sort of hope that you still like me.
Yeah.
Right? So even with all my stupid, dumb, crazy stuff, you still laugh at my funny jokes.
So are you saying that you see something so special in me that my liking you makes makes you feel like you deserve to be here too?
Well, okay, so especially our kids.
Yeah.
Our kids have shown me, and that's because of you, but our kids have shown me that I am good. I do have good in me, that I can help guide them and be good people. So I have that in me. I just don't like to share that, or, no one gives me a chance to share that as much. But you encourage that. So it makes life so much more bearable and so much not easier, but so much hopeful.
Yeah.
That you're still behind me and you're still my hype guy and you still hold the fucking umbrella over my head when I'm trying to put my hair up. You know what I mean?
Why wouldn't I do that?
Well, 'cause I don't know, but it's those little tiny things that make me, really, really know that you're my dude.
Well, the way I look at it is I don't mind being wet, but I know that you don't like your hair to get wet.
Yeah.
And you're doing your hair up and you're taking a walk as a favor to me with an umbrella. So I might as well hold that umbrella for you while you tie your hair. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. I might get a little wet, but that's no big deal.
But some people don't have that.
I guess.
And I didn't for a long time. And I still sometimes can't believe that I do. So it's like every day or every time that you do something like that, it makes me go, okay, well then I'll be okay today. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I love the shit out of you, dude.
I fucking love you too. Duh.
All right, my guy. If you enjoyed this episode of the Lou and Me podcast, subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, or Spotify.
And follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Lou and Me Podcast.
Lou and Me is a Matthiasaurus production, produced and edited by Moose. The song is No Carpets by the New Forevers, hosted by Lou and me.
Thanks for listening.